Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roshi's Backyard Talk. I'm today joined again by Josh. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Ethereon here. Feeling pretty good. Got a lot of stuff to cover. It's been a little bit over a month since our last podcast. Had a lot of
Yeah, the bi-weekly
unexpected
is not
things.
working out as we wanted to.
Well, we're trying. I mean, everybody's got lives. Plus, we're taking on all these projects and stuff. So, I mean, it's just been crazy. I don't even know where to start, man. It's been a wild ride the last month. So I won't, bore you with all my personal stuff. But we've been doing a lot of projects. I'm all the way, probably halfway through writing chapter 4 of Bloodlines. So that's fun because chapter 2 is coming together pretty quick and 3's getting sketched right now.
That's good.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, we're making a lot of headway, and that's good because once you have like a lot of backlog, then you got a lot of room to just relax and not be so stressed out. With chapter 2, man, we really faced a big problem, and I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil things, but we had to do a lot of rewrites, and partly because of me, and the last guy that wrote it was phenomenal, but we had to just make it flow a lot better than the way it was going, and man, it's been a
Did
wild
we have
ride.
to do also a couple of redraws?
A couple would be an understatement. We had to resketch literally an entire portion of a chapter. So it was, and all of us are international. So I mean, in some cases there is a little bit of a language barrier, but I mean, the time zones are killer. Too many of our buddies down there in Australia are on a whole different side of the planet,
And the
so
time
it's kind of
zones.
tough to link up with them. And then I mean, you're in Europe, so I mean, I'm over here in the States.
Yeah,
You're
I'm,
the
I'm
common
actually
denominator,
like
man.
the in between, so I'm awake when everyone is awake.
Yeah,
or
and then
one or the other
as
is
soon as I
awake.
get chapters 4 and 5 completely written out, which I've already got 5 outlined, so that's not going to be too hard to write. But when you're talking weighing 3 kids with a job and everything, it's kind of tough to keep up. But I've been really inspired, especially by this latest chapter of the manga. Man, it's got me wanting to write like crazy, and I've been staying up. I mean, no, I was just saying I've been staying up late just thinking about things to write about, man, and how to tie everything
boy,
together.
we're diving straight in.
It's been fun. And then once 5 is actually out, I think I'm gonna start writing Dragon Ball Empty, that one story I told you guys about last episode.
Oh yeah, your own spin on the Dragon Ball.
Yeah, man, I've got it pretty much completely laid out into 5 books, and each book will have about 5 chapters. And the way that it works is most manga are just panels, you know what I'm saying? But mine's going to be like the first 3 or 4 pages. You'll have a good couple panels, and then probably like 4 to 5 pages of text per chapter. Like the manga panels might introduce the chapter, or you might start reading the chapter, and then halfway through there's a battle, and we put that into panels. Or it's going to be like a light novel manga hybrid, and it's going to be different for people because there's some people that really like the fan fiction aspect of it, where you just read a whole story that somebody wrote, and then there's some people that are like, no, I can't read that. I gotta read it and see it, and those people really like the fan mangas. But if you can draw both crowds together, I feel like that's something that might be a little bit more attainable, and we could tell a lot more stories that way. But I don't know. It's
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Actually,
it's gonna be pretty cool because you can put a lot more detail into a text paragraph than you can into a single manga panel. I mean, I get it. A picture tells 1,000 words, but at the same time, if you really want to push that detail, that's the way to go. But,
yeah, and it's by the sounds of it, it's gonna be hell of a lot time consuming to make it.
Oh well, yeah. And that's why I'm gonna wait until chapters 4 and 5 are completely written, because then
I mean, it's fun nonetheless,
Oh, yeah.
but it's time consuming.
yeah, you're not kidding. And then I mean, you're trying to work on your project too, so I mean,
Oh, shut up about it. It's the worst.
He said it's on the back burner. Leave me alone.
God damn it.
And then, man, I haven't even told anybody outside of a Discord about it. I put it on one single Facebook post and it only got a like, so I haven't really brought it up. But I took pretty much aspects of every single one of my favorite manga and anime, and I've kind of like merged it all together into this one.
I mean, if you want to promote it on social media, it's like you at least have to have some kind of promotional material to show
Yeah.
off, like maybe a cover or something like we did with Bloodlines. But once you have that going and you don't leave too much time in between the teaser and the release, you should be
Oh
fine.
yeah, no, definitely. I just, it's a good idea, and I'll see it in my head, but it's just one of those situations where it's like, man, is it even worth the time on it? When is it going to get any attention at all? Is it worth putting all that time and effort into it? But I mean,
I mean, you never know, but it's kind of an accomplishment for yourself when you finish it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
And if people want to read it, they read it, and maybe it gets popular over time.
Yeah.
And you still have it out there. So.
Oh, it's. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna write it anyway. I don't know if it'll ever get put into panels or if it'll ever make it anywhere. But hey, you never know.
You never
exactly.
know.
You never know.
The internet is a strange place.
That's the truth. That is the truth, my friend. Oh man, did you see that one animated short that one I don't know if it's a single person or if it's a group of people. It was a short of a purple-haired Ultra Ego Vegeta versus a mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, and it's like a fan animation, and man, it looks a little weird, but dude, the fluidity and that motion of that whole short was absolutely amazing. And whoever that person is, I commend them because it was a beautiful animation. When you get fan animation, for the most part, you get it's like they didn't draw enough pictures to make the motion fluid enough. And for some reason, that animation was just so. I mean, you do 3D, so it was on par, if not better, than certain parts of Dragon Ball Super.
Damn.
That was I mean, you got guys like...
I don't think I've seen that, no.
Man, I'll link you after this, and then, maybe...
Yeah, and for the people who watch this on YouTube, I will put it up on the screen so you can see it.
Because that animation was awesome. It reminded me a lot of, like, Dragon Ball Absalon, but just a little bit more fluid, because Absalon, Melavelli, God bless him. Yeah. You ever watch Absalon, man? That's one of my...
Absalon was
That's
good.
one of my favorite ones, man. The animation in the beginning couple episodes were a little bit, but I mean, at that point, I'm pretty sure he was just one guy doing it. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Oh
right?
man, but even then, that first episode, man, it hooks you, hook, line, and sinker. You just want to know more, and then the guy just keeps on releasing pieces and pieces, and I'm hoping one day he's just gonna release it all to us, just in one good go.
That would be cool.
Like a full 4-hour thing. That'd be cool.
a whole new Dragon Ball movie.
Well, and the one thing I liked about his stuff, and no dissing to anybody, but that one Mastar guy, he did that Anime War, and that was a really cool series. But then he got called out on tracing and stuff. So I mean, that was a bummer because that was a.
That's.
I mean, it was a really good series though. I mean, it's just and then, but I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do, and he did make a really good series, even if he did trace a third of it or something like that. But I still watch all his videos. I mean, I'm a fan.
And even so, yeah, it's not like. Well, on the one side, yeah, tracing is not ideal if you bring out content and all that.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially if he was, monetizing it.
I mean, actually, tracing is never allowed or never accepted, and that's fair enough. But I don't know, did he monetize it or something?
I think that was the problem. Like, if he would have came out and just... if he would have just came out and just put it, out in the air for free with no ads on it at all, then he probably would have got away scot-free.
Yeah, if you monetize your stuff, never trace, never copy, never do that as an artist.
It's just...
That's not
Not only is it illegal, but it's also unethical. You shouldn't take credit for other people's work ever. And then everybody...
No, you should not.
People are probably going to call us out. They're like, don't you write fan manga?
Yeah, but we draw it all ourselves, so... And we don't monetize
We don't get any money for anything. I'm broke. I swear. Promise.
Yes, our producers take our money.
No, I don't even think they make anything from any of this, man.
No, they
No,
don't.
they're just as broke as us.
They just put money into it.
Well,
but-
yeah, I mean, they'll put money into it, but hey, is Dragon Ball really going to get mad? Toei going to get mad that we're putting money into their product? Probably not. As long as we don't get paid, they're probably just whatever.
No, and no, that was never the intention to
just-
get paid from
I
it.
just have a...
It was just how do you say it? A jump to our own personal projects to get those monetized in the future and to let people read those and all that.
Like, I really like telling stories, man. And even if it is somebody else's property, I understand that, But, like, I have all these awesome what-ifs in my head that I know they'll never, ever cover. They'll never do those. Even in the Dragon Ball, Super Dragon Ball Heroes, they're never going to cover that, or they're never going to cover it in, like, the video games. They did back in the day in those early Budokai Tenkaichi ones. They did a whole bunch of different what-ifs, and I love that. And then, you got fans out here that just really want to see that. And then they're not releasing any new anime, so it's leaving this big gap. So the only thing we've got is the current manga, which comes out once a month. So that'll satiate it a little bit, but I mean, you gotta have some content to cover, and that's why you got all the people clamoring to YouTubers that are doing what ifs, which I can't even make fun of those people because I am one of those people. So I love all the what ifs on YouTube, man. They're great.
I mean, the what ifs are great, but that's the thing, right? The what ifs, they don't draw anything, or
exactly.
they just talk about it.
Right, and every now and then they'll show up.
They can get away with monetizing it.
Oh yeah, no, they can get away with it because technically, as long as they only show fan art, credit the fan artist, and then credit the actual, production company, Toei, probably Shueisha too, depending on if you show manga panels, or you probably got to cut, Viz as well, depending on if you're in North America. I mean, there's just so many, and it's like, I'm just a fan, man, and I really want to see what it would look like to read this idea I have, and I know a lot of people out there would like it too, And then you got some people, and I've seen it, I mean, you can find fan mangas that are like completely in print, like in like a regular official print form, and it was pretty cool. But then I was like, but they're selling these, so like, how do you do that?
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
And it's just like, how do you get away with that? I don't want to get away with it. I just want to tell good stories. But like,
nope.
Hey, getting paid would be kind of cool too, Toei and Shueisha. If y'all want to hire me as a story writer, hey, here's my shout out. I'd love to write.
Yeah, can we get sponsored by Dragon Ball,
That'd
please?
be great. The official English speaking podcast for Dragon Ball. That'd be cool. Nah, that's a lofty dream.
Yeah, but I mean, we can only dream.
You can
right?
only dream, man. But if you never try and act on your dreams, then you're gonna miss 100% of the shots that you're trying to take. So.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I think we talked about that a little bit last time too with Brandon.
Yeah. I was really kind of bummed that nobody else wanted to jump on, but I guess that just gives us kind of like free reign to talk back and forth. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and for people who are wondering where our third guest is, what we were talking about last time, schedule conflicts, so he couldn't make it.
Crazy things happen in this world today, man, and I mean, it's okay though, because I really wanted to have that guest on, who shall not be named.
Oh, for sure.
Until Chapter 2 releases, and we are probably, I would say, they're probably halfway done inking now. Probably.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, probably halfway done inking, and then we're probably already halfway sketched through Chapter 3. So the pressure's on for me to finish Chapter 4 so that they've got something else to work on. We've got wonderful sketchers right now. Geeko,
We have
Majin-sen.
To be honest, we have a phenomenal team working on this. Like we say every time, but it's true.
The time zones are really tough, but honestly, man, it's like I wake up and the first thing I do, of course, you shouldn't, but I grab my phone and I check, and I've always got like 7 or 8 messages.
Oh, I do too.
7 or 8 messages on Discord of just beautiful artwork that they've done for the series, or like they did like a concept of a character I asked them to do, and man, it's just...
Yeah, or in the art club on Facebook,
beautiful.
I always have to at least approve 2 or 3 posts when I wake up.
For the Dragon Ball Art Club, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was good enough to post in there and feel confident, but sometimes I just... I know, man, but my art's just not on par with everybody else, man. I took too long off. Man, if I would have...
We have some people who started off with not such good art, but now they keep posting regularly and they evolved so much.
Well, that's good.
It's amazing.
That's good. Yeah, man, if I would have not stopped at 14 years old, that was my problem, was I succumbed to peer pressure and that everything that I liked, I shouldn't like, you know? And I just kind of just put my toys away, so to speak, you know? And I pretended for a long time, and I was like, you know what? I don't care what people think, and I just, like, I think literally half my wardrobe is Dragon Ball stuff, and the other half is Star Wars stuff, because I'm just a big nerd. And, man, I started picking up drawing, like, literally when Terrell picked me up, and he was like, hey, and Christoph, you know, texted me, he's like, hey, man, you should probably write for us, and I was like, okay, you know, and I hopped on. From then on, man, I started drawing again, just trying to get concepts of characters, and in literally 6 months, I have gotten probably like 2 or 3 times better. I wouldn't say exponentially better, but I've just, you know, looked at everybody's drawings in the art club, and then on other groups, and I realized, like, what I'm messing up on, so it kind of, like, and there's, like, no criticism unless you ask for it. It's like, what would you do if I change, you know, what would I change if I could do better? And then people will be, like, super nice about it. And in most groups, which is why I like the art club, most groups will probably give you a bunch of hate, but not in the art club. They don't, that don't fly.
Or people say, like, if it's very, very good, like Christoph's drawings, in other groups, people will say, like, oh, yeah, you traced, or you did this, or you did that, or...
It's like, no, I practice. If you practice at anything, man, you're going to get better. And that's why I end up...
I mean, even Toyotaro makes mistakes in his drawings sometimes.
Of course he does, man. Of course he does. He's still, you know...
And only because they have to do it quickly, so I understand.
I could not...
Even
even
great drawers make mistakes.
Monthly release is crazy.
Tough.
It's tough, man. That's what we're trying to go for, but I mean, you know, everybody has...
Yeah, look how that is
everybody
going.
has scheduling conflicts, man. So, I mean...
Yeah, it's... But I mean, speaking of mangas, the latest chapter, man, damn.
Oh, man. That was honestly probably one of my favorite chapters in a while. I was really not expecting that. You know, right at the beginning, you got... just right off the bat. Just right into it. And Vegeta's back up. He's fighting him. He's got Granola almost has that old Western style feel to him right in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, he has the... what's it called?
He almost looks like Clint Eastwood. He's got the dual cowboy revolver.
Exactly.
Just Just...
And a lot of people say they don't like his design. I love Granola's design.
I wish he would have kept the long hair, man, to be honest. I get it. They were just playing off a joke on Super Saiyan 3, which they have done this whole arc with Vegeta's eyebrows as well.
True. Yeah, exactly.
But I almost feel like Vegeta's like trying to he's trying to go back to his old ways, but he realizes that he just can't. And
he's atoning for his own mistakes.
Right. He's trying.
If you read further,
he's almost got like a death wish. He wants to die for all the bad things he did, so that he can just be fully atoned. And I feel like, man, didn't you do that in the Boo arc already? Like, I thought, why are we rehashing all this?
Yeah, I did, but I think this is a little bit different than the Boo saga, though.
It's almost like Vegeta's pulling, like, hey, man, I've been where you are. Don't go down that path. You know, kind of like trying to push him on the way.
Yeah.
And Goku wouldn't kill Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? Even if he, beat him, whatever, that even, hurt his pride a little more. But he's got another guy that's literally the strongest in the universe. And if...
At that moment.
Exactly.
He doesn't get stronger. They do.
If he can take all that damage and somehow pop this Sensu Bean, which I think is going to pop up, he's gonna Zenkai,
for
man.
Sure.
He's gonna Zenkai, and then Vegeta's gonna, like you said in the last time, you might be the strongest right now, but you don't realize I'm getting stronger as I'm fighting, man. And Granola's just like, what? How? And it's like, dude, Yeah, you got 150 years worth of your power and your speed and all techniques unlocked, but you don't have the experience. You didn't experience
Yeah, and he doesn't
that.
know how to use
Exactly.
it.
And that's exactly what I think Vegeta was trying to push on him.
It's the same problem Ginyu had on Namek when he took over Goku's body. He didn't know how to use
Sure,
it.
and versus everybody else, he'd still be stupid strong, but like you don't know how to use his pure of heart body when you're an evil being. You don't know how to regulate that type of ki. You know, your ki does, harness your emotions and your morals. So I mean, if you have to be in a clear state of mind to power up and you're an evil dude, you're not going to be able to use that body very well.
Yeah, and I'm scrolling through the manga now, and there was one part I really liked.
Which one? What page?
At page 8, like Goku interferes to help Vegeta.
Oh yeah, no, that was great.
And normally they always he turns around and says, "Yeah, all right, Kakarot, you help me out." Blah blah blah.
Nah, he was
now
mad.
it just yeah, it just kicks him to the curb and says, "You wanna take over? What the hell? No, this is my fight." And he just beats him to the ground. I love that part so much.
Not if I have a say.
Yeah, they didn't go back to the generic, like, oh yeah, we team up, we defeat the enemy. No, Vegeta was like, fuck off.
He's like, I'm not teaming up with you, man, because the only time I team up with you is when we've got something to lose. If we've got somebody to protect, yeah, man, I'm not going to lose my family or my friends. I'm not even, being Vegeta, he probably doesn't admit he even has friends, but, if he's got something to protect, he'll team up with Goku, no problem. But if it's just a fight between two people's pride, that's totally Vegeta's fight. Goku, back down. You have no pride. Goku has no pride as a Saiyan. He's not proud.
Yeah, because Goku says, no, Vegeta says first, like, but know that I've only ever agreed to fight side by side when we had something to protect.
Yeah.
But then Goku says, protect, huh? How about preserving your own life? Or are you trying to get yourself killed here? And then Vegeta says, better that than teaming up with you.
And that little sad smirk he's got, he's just like,
oh my god, I love
half
it.
dead and still got a diss for Goku. It's great. And then he's just standing there just like a dummy. You didn't even see him coming in. And then Goku just pushes him with just, his telekinesis, which comes and goes for some reason.
Yeah, and then Vegeta gets more pissed off even.
That was really funny. Oh man, and Goku, it's totally a Goku move though, to just keep on wanting to interfere with somebody else's fight. What a jerk.
I mean, yeah, and I get it. Then Vegeta wakes up by getting kicked back again, and then he's tagging back in.
I will say though, Goku proved in this point that he's not entirely stupid. Is he an idiot? Oh yeah, it's Goku, guys. Come on, he's an idiot, and that's okay.
Goku is a good fighter.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying. He's a battle technician, man. He was sitting on the sidelines waiting for his moment to do it, watching Vegeta in their fight, figured out his technique, and just a second before it, he was able to move all of his ki to a single spot where he was going to attack to shift his vitals around. Like, man, just in that split second, he could see in that split second. It's not even like a tenth of a second, because you got to realize that Granola's probably right around Ultra Instinct levels of speed. So I mean, it's just and Goku can figure that out. He can't understand what a kiss is, but he can figure that out. Like, okay, all right, we'll roll with that. Let's do it. I mean,
actually, yeah, and both of them are pretty good tacticians in their own way.
Oh yeah,
because like Vegeta did the same thing. When Goku was fighting Jiren in the Tournament of Power.
Yeah, he anticipated his move. Yeah, I remember that. That was great. He got like the best shot in on Jiren that anybody got.
At that moment, yeah.
No, except for 17. He was able to actually singe his clothes, which, power scaling wise makes absolutely zero sense. But,
yeah.
They haven't ever given us any lore on the infinite engine that is in the androids. They just kind of are like, hey, they've got it. We don't know how much power they got or how much they can put out at any single second. But they never get tired, and they're always down to kick your ass. Like, oh, that's... Good job, Toriyama. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of faults in Dragon Ball, but I still
Oh,
love
no,
it.
I'm not hating. I'm just, you gotta show some criticism. You know, I mean, there are some points. Every
course,
show has
of
plot
course.
holes. Every show has points they don't like as much as they like other points. But
Yeah, and I think like if you start writing your own story, if you're as foreign as Dragon Ball is, you tend to forget stuff.
without a doubt, Tails, Launch, just the original Super Saiyan Launch. You mean the girl that goes from blue to blonde hair?
Yes, yes, original Super Saiyan Blue.
Right? Yeah. Calm, peaceful.
Yeah, we should name the episode that. Launch the official Super
Launch
Saiyan
the first
Blue.
Super Saiyan Blue. That's a good title though. And Vegeta just stands there
Oh my
like a
God.
jerk, and he's like, "I'm tagging in." And he's like, "Man, why you want to do this all alone?" And he's like, whatever.
I mean, I get it.
He's like,
I get
"All
why
right,
he wants to
man.
do it."
If you wanna," Goku's like, "If you wanna go get yourself killed, man, go ahead. I guess. Go ahead. Just
Then he says, "Try not to die," and just with a straight face he goes.
yeah, right off into battle." But as we find out, Vegeta's power doesn't have. I guess it's like an infinite well that he draws it from. It's not his personal key or something. Like if it's just destruction energy that he can control in general. You know, he just, like he said, as I explained, this
Yeah.
power is unbounded. It has no limits. So
Yeah, he says it. Where is it?
is it almost like it's not his power? Is that why he didn't want to use that form? You know, like kind of like how Goku was after the Super Saiyan God ritual. He was like, "Yeah, that power's awesome, but it's not mine. I didn't attain that."
Yeah, but he learned afterwards
True.
to reach it on himself because he knew what he was.
Exactly.
So I think this is just kind of the same.
And I feel like this ultra ego form that he's saying with the deep, I'm thinking it's deep black hair with like different like shades of black in it. I don't think it's purple like everybody else does, but if it is, I mean, hey, that's cool too. I just think,
I mean the fan art of what I saw from it with the purple hair. I love
oh yeah,
it.
no, I like it a lot. I think it's just a darker, like a, you know how early Vegeta had that like more brown tone hair. He had like,
Oh, the Planet Sadala.
I think it was like the Aurelia. There it is. Planet
Aurelia, yeah.
where they're
Not
eating the
Sadala,
bugs or whatever, and he's
yeah.
got like brown hair.
Yeah.
I feel like
The old
maybe
school.
they're trying to kick back a couple things there because they got the Super Saiyan 3 eyebrows, and maybe they'll have like a different kind of shading to his hair in like different black and gray tones or something, kind of like the Ultra Instinct Omen. Like this isn't the full form. I don't think this is Vegeta's end all be all. I think there's gonna be more. There has to be. It's Dragon Ball. He has to have different shades of color hair. Come on.
Yeah, and I think this is like you said, the beginning stage of his form, like the Ultra Instinct that Goku had against Jiren.
Yeah, the sign or omen or whatever people want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever the fuck it was called, but and now I think when he can perfect his form, but he needs to train for it like Goku did,
Oh no,
or
definitely.
he needs to learn how to control it.
It's almost like when he gets into that form, though. If you notice, he almost has that.
He turns into an animal.
Exactly, man. He has that primal Saiyan savage mindset. Even his
I love
smile is just. It's almost on par with that Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta smile at the tournament. Just that sideways smile. You'd almost get one out of the Joker or something.
Oh yeah,
You know, it's just. And then he
Those
bites
are
him.
my favorite
He even
Vegeta
bites
parts.
him.
Yeah,
He chomps
he
him.
learned the
Man.
technique from Goku.
And he even calls him an animal. So that's why I'm like, this is,
Yeah.
he's so primal that he just can't help it. And then he just tanks like a whole, like, magazine
Blast in the
load of
face.
blasts in the face. But have you noticed that his eye went back, though? You know what I'm saying? His eye, he's
Yeah.
that much out of power that his little power up he's got is gone.
He only has one colored eye now.
Yeah. And then he felt like a real jerk because he smashed into that house, and it reminded him of the big reveal about who ended up coming to the rescue was
Who ended up saving?
his
Yeah,
mom. The
Oh
Saiyans
my
are destroying
God.
his whole town, and he's flashing back to that moment because he saw the mom and the child right there, and he flashes back to that moment, and he's running into the church or whatever building that was. It looked like a church, but and then he gets to his mom and he flashes back. He's like, "Oh man, what have I done?" That moment was just like, "Oh man, there still is some humanity left in this guy." And it's not his fault he's acting this way. All this bad stuff happened to him when he was a kid. So he's probably repressed a lot of this. You know, he's got some PTSD about this. Otherwise, he wouldn't be seeking revenge, you know?
Yeah, and then afterwards he wants to blow Vegeta with a final blast, and then the Namek comes in.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great, man.
To stop him.
Yeah,
It's
just that huge... And then, of course, you know, Goku being Goku, he gets Granola thinking and smacks him in the head a little bit, and then the Namek comes up, and he's like, hey, just so you know, you don't need to have...
there was a
there was a problem.
no. It was a there was a Saiyan that saved
It was a Saiyan. Not only was it any regular Saiyan,
Oh my God.
his name
For people who have read the
was
manga,
Bardock.
you know, it's oh my God. I'm actually happy they bring him in.
Well, yeah, but did you notice the Vegeta versus Goku's reaction there?
Yeah, Vegeta knows
Vegeta
him.
knows that name, without a doubt, because he was a little kid with Raditz, and Raditz knows who his dad is.
Goku wasn't there, so
Exactly. I mean, he was, you know, would they retcon him in Broly to be like 2 or 3? Saiyans
Yeah,
stay in their
something like
pod,
that.
their little like water pod, until they're 3 years old to like hone their battle power or something like that, I guess.
yeah, but Vegeta definitely knows
Oh, without
him.
a doubt. That was a surprised reaction, not Goku's, who was like question mark. Who the heck's that?
The idiot reaction.
Who? And Vegeta.
I really want to see what Vegeta's gonna say
A
about
good little
that.
Easter egg. Vegeta's holding that left arm again.
Oh my God. There was one fight. I think it was against was it called? Moro.
Oh man, don't even get
And
me started with the
he
Moro
was
arc. I love that.
he was holding his right arm instead of his left one.
They'll retcon it. Well, if you watch the Android 18 fight, wasn't it his right arm that got broken?
I think it was. Hold up.
No,
Let me see.
wait. Well, I'm getting multiple different angles here.
No, yeah, it was his left arm. In the game it's his right arm. In the show it's his left arm.
Huh. Yeah, no, this is flipped. Oh, okay, somebody flipped it. Okay. Well, Vegeta's got some bad arms, so we'll just roll with that. I know we keep on talking about it, and I think we've talked about it in literally every episode. But this Dragon Ball superhero, Dragon Ball superhero, whatever. I cannot.
Oh, the movie?
I'm so excited for this movie, man. I cannot wait. I have no idea what it's about. I know there's superheroes. I know there's weird looking guys. I know Gohan's in it, and I know Pan's in it. And we see Piccolo's house, and that's still all about I know. I haven't seen any other, and in the animations, like a perfect mix of 3D mixed with the anime style.
It's about who Gohan's real father is.
Oh God, it's Yamcha.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
one of the stupid theories we had as kids, was that Chi-Chi just wished Gohan to be half Saiyan, and she actually had a baby with Yamcha, and that's why Gohan's every single hairstyle is modeled off of Yamcha.
Jesus.
Not kidding. Every single hairstyle Gohan has ever had in the entire series, Yamcha either had first or had after him.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand that because Goten has the same hairstyle as Goku.
That's fair.
You can't have two of the same. I mean, you have two of the same. Like, don't have not three of the same people with the same hair. Like Bardock has it. His father was it, but
Yeah,
even so, you don't see him.
fair enough.
I mean, you see him in the movies sometimes, but that's it.
Oh man.
But I'm really excited. But I mean, of course they're not gonna be able to wish him back or something because that's against the rules of the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Did you
But I saw some theories about the Super Dragon Balls that could be able to get him back, but I don't know if that's true.
technically, I guess they probably could. the Super Dragon Ball, man, that's another. I think we've talked about that before. That's another theory that I had, that Zeno wasn't really the end all be all. Like, he's the Omni King because he's the destroyer, but I still think Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, is stronger than Zeno, because if he's the creator of the Dragon Balls, all of them, mind you, but the Super Dragon Balls are powerful enough to reverse, not a destruction,
anything,
erasure. He erased those universes, and the Dragon Balls were still strong enough to undo Zeno's destruction, which means that the Dragon Balls are stronger than Zeno, which means that the creator of the Dragon Balls
is stronger than
Zeno. So that means to tell me that Piccolo needs to have something to do in this movie, and I'm kind of hoping. I mean, a power up for him would be pretty cool, man. I'm just saying, the guy.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The guy's last power up was in the Cell Saga, or Mid Android Saga.
Was it?
Yeah, the last power up he really got, like a transformation. He's.
Oh, like that type. Yeah, because in Super he got stronger by just training, but yeah, I didn't really get a new transformation.
Well, and Piccolo doesn't ever transform. Kinda. It's just something happens to him to where his power gets increased. Like, he synced with Nail, and then he fused with Kami.
Yeah.
Like, what if we got like a...
But that was it, I think.
The reason Zalama's gone is because Zeno put him away in some type of confinement, and with the Wish 17 made, Zalama's back, and he comes to find the strongest Namekian body to possess, and it's Piccolo. And now Piccolo is the main bad guy. I don't know. I mean, that would be kind of fitting, though. That's how he started. He was Demon King. So why not make him...
I mean, his father was. So.
Exactly. Well, but he reincarnated with all of his memories, because Namekians just do that for some reason.
Fair enough.
Or if, like, Piccolo had his own offspring. Like he made an egg.
Oh, wow.
Like if he made an egg. You know what I'm saying?
Piccolo Jr.
But not like, to like die. Like how King... I mean, obviously, not all the Namekians do that. Otherwise, you'd only have so many Namekians. Besides, like, Guru was literally the father of all the elders. So he had multiple kids without dying. So Piccolo should do that weird egg thing and make a kid. Because, I mean, he's already taking care of everybody else's kids. So why not take care of his own?
And then they can take care. Then they can take care of his kid.
I mean, and then that would build the future a little bit more, though, too. Granted, in the full spectrum of things right now, I'm pretty sure Piccolo's like in his like late 20s or early 30s. Because when Dragon Ball's
in Namekian age, yeah.
No, I'm saying in like physical age. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he was a full adult after what, 4 years?
But but that's what I mean. Don't Namekians age differently?
Yeah, they age into their, kind of like an animal would. After about 3 years, they're completely in their adulthood. But then they stay in their prime
about,
for a while. Because Kami was...
Piccolo having a kid is, I think Piccolo sees Dende more as a son.
Yeah, he does.
For
I mean, yeah, he does spend a whole lot of time at the lookout, especially because he's part Nail. And Nail was literally... They don't ever tell you that Nail was, Dende's dad or brother or anything, but they just,
Relative.
I mean, they're all related because they all come from Guru.
Yeah, that's why.
But I mean, and I don't think it was always like that. You know what I'm saying? And because they had that great cataclysm, and we know that the original being, it probably wasn't Piccolo or Kami. You wouldn't call him anything. He probably had a different name. Katas was that Namekian's father, the unsplit version of Demon King, Piccolo, and Kami. And he sent... Katas sent his son away. Had no idea where to send him. Just sent him away because the planet was falling apart. And then they stopped whatever ways of evil they were against. And if you count movie canon, that's when Lord Slug flew off too. He left.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh my god, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Dude, everybody gives Lord Slug so much hate, man. That movie, lore-wise, was great, man. It built so much because at that point, we had seen. I don't even think Super Saiyan had come out in the manga form yet, or it might have come out in the manga, but they didn't know how to color the hair, so they just did it however they wanted to in the movie, and. Originally, that was supposed to be Super Saiyan. And then he changed it and retconned it to however he wanted it. And then we got the old non-canon, super non-canon form, the pseudo Super Saiyan or false Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Which
the just yellow aura instead without the hair.
It was almost reddish too, though.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was.
I can't even remember.
It was so weird.
It was.
That movie was strange though, because Goku went Kaioken times 100 after he took Piccolo's energy for some reason. That was wild.
Wow. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, because Goku's hair was kind of like a reddish, like blackish, you know?
Then it's probably Kaioken, yeah.
It was like a mix. But, I mean, even King Kai was like, Goku must have transformed into a Super Saiyan, you know? But...
yeah, it probably said that because it didn't know what it was or how it looked like. Well, because no one ever seen it.
That's true. You know, and it's, like we said, super conflicting stories sometimes.
Yeah.
King Kai's a couple million years old, I would assume, so he's probably seen a Super Saiyan because...
Yeah, King Kai probably should have... probably seen one.
Every 1,000 years there's supposed to be a Super Saiyan, you know? So, you know, and if it's a legend, that means there has been one, and I'm pretty sure Toriyama started talking about Yamoshi, which makes me like, well, why don't they ever do a movie without... And I think that's what they're afraid of, is that they don't want to do a movie without any of the characters that we're comfortable with. Like, do like a major flashback back to like Yamoshi and do a whole movie on it. You know that?
Yeah, because everyone is like comfortable. I mean, if you ask someone who knows Dragon Ball, like, yeah, they mentioned 100% of the time Goku or Vegeta.
Oh yeah,
no doubt,
without a doubt. And the only other person I would say that would probably shine through with like random people. Hey, do you know anything about Dragon Ball Z? Oh, you talking about Frieza?
Yeah, because they brought him back so many times.
He's just such an iconic villain, man.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that they brought him back so many times, and I'm wondering what he's going to do in the future.
I want a real villain, a real bad guy.
I mean,
you know,
I come back to it all the time. Moro was a real bad guy.
Oh well, yeah, no, okay. I'm sorry. I want to see that animated then. I'm saying besides Moro, Broly wasn't actually evil. Jiren wasn't evil.
Nope.
Hit wasn't evil.
Nope.
Frieza was a rehash. Beerus isn't evil. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, Beerus is evil though.
Well, I'd say he's neutral. He only destroys what he deems
that's true.
Needs destroyed. And if Whis says, "Hey man, you probably shouldn't have destroyed that," he doesn't even have to say it. He just tap, and then he reverses time, and then he chops Beerus in the neck, and that's the end of that. And then it didn't happen.
True.
So I mean, and granted, Moro was great, but he was evil. That dude was evil. But I'm talking like dark. I want like another, like Cell, man. There was no redeeming qualities in that being. He was just Cell. Everybody will tell you that Frieza was the best villain out of Dragon Ball.
I mean,
but I still feel like it was Cell.
Boo didn't have any.
That's true. Kid
Buu was pure evil.
Kid Buu was scary, bro.
But he was just crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Cell was thinking everything through and was more human than Kid Buu.
That's true. Okay, I rescind my argument.
He was more sophisticated in some parts.
Yeah. No, I mean, and he wanted a good fight. Dude posted up for 7 days.
Yeah.
And waited.
Then only again to go against the great Mr. Satan.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, to be fair, I've been getting to love his character in terms of Dragon Ball Super.
Have you ever?
I hated him in the Cell Saga, but then they brought him back like more normal.
Yeah, like a person,
like a real grandfather. Yeah. Then I started to like him.
Well, you got to remember he's not actually Hercule Satan. You know what I'm saying? Hercules is Hercules is stage name. And Satan is the dojo. Well, it's the dojo name that he trained under, the Satan Castle Dojo.
Yeah, that's true.
And his real name, according to Toriyama, is Mark, which
God.
Is great. I watch a lot of what ifs on YouTube, and Moscow X has one where Hercule becomes a Z Warrior, and it's actually pretty good. And
Oh shit! I have to watch
do
it.
you follow him at all? His what ifs?
No, I don't.
Bro, I'm telling you, go. There's one called "What If Raditz Turned Good."
I mean, I've seen some of the what ifs, but I don't follow the channel personally.
I understand.
I just
It's
yeah.
just I was in that weird phase where Dragon Ball Abridged was coming out, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
does the voice of
Me
He does
too.
the voice of Goku. So
Oh, did it?
yeah, Masako X is the voice of Goku off of Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so I've been following him for like a long time, man. And then he was doing like all these like, you know, manga breakdowns and people were following him, but then he really started like just getting into these what ifs probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And man, he is doing good because all of his projects are spinning off. He had a what if Frieza turned not as bad? Like he's still bad, but what if he turned out to be like a
Jesus.
like his father took away his dynasty from him and outcast him, you know what I'm saying? And as a robot, he didn't have much of a choice to do it. You know, I won't spoil it, man. But and he even made like an audio like story, like a radio show from back in the day about it's called Revelation F instead of Resurrection F, and it's about free.
Oh, I heard about
Dude,
that.
it's
yeah.
really good. And then he also made this like, it's like a manga, but it's also like it's just like stop motion video. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. I don't. It's hard to explain, but it's called Dragon Ball R&R. And it follows the What If Raditz Turned Good story, and it introduces the character Ranch, which is Raditz and Launch's daughter, and she's right around the age of Goten and Trunks. So it's
That sounds familiar though.
it's so good, man. I'm telling you, if you get on there, go to
I'll check that out.
go to Masako X, man. I'll send you the link. I'm telling you, that guy's awesome. I'm not paid by him either, but if he wants to pay me. My email's in the description.
Don't remind me to put it in then.
Hey, man. I mean, if promotion's promotion, man.
True. So yeah, this is gonna be it for this week's podcast, unfortunately, because I'm running out of time.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
And have some. Yeah, it's fine. It's just went on. We started a little bit later than normal.
My
so
bad, man. That's totally my bad.
That's no problem.
But
It's like only 10 minutes less than the normal
it'll be okay.
one, so
That's
it's
fine. Well, anyway,
So thank you guys for listening or / watching on YouTube. Everything about information will be in the description. Excuse me. Where you can find us, our Dragon Ball Art Club group, the website, the Spotify link if you want to listen to it on Spotify. Do you want to plug something else?
sure. Also, either in the description of this video or in the main tagline on the Spotify or whatever, all of our links to all of our projects are listed as well. Bloodlines Production is the production company behind a lot of these projects, like Dragon Ball Bloodlines, Dragon Ball Empty, and eventually, hopefully within the next couple of months, The Curse of Kazakuren, my own personal story, which I plugged in the beginning. But it's definitely been a fun ride. We jumped around on a bunch of topics, covered the whole manga chapter. It's been covered a lot in 50 minutes.
Yeah, we did. Actually, these podcasts are going way too fast. It's always fun to talk.
I know, man. I know. But, you know.
But so for the next one, I think like I checked and every episode was coming out every month. So I think we will keep
the monthly.
doing that. Yeah, for now.
Until Terrell
So
hops
we follow
on.
the manga.
If he ever
But so
wants
we
to.
also follow the manga chapters, so we have that to talk about.
Exactly. Once a month's good.
And
And
if
any news we might
if
hear.
it changes, yeah, we will put it on social media and on the Bloodlines production social media, so you can follow that. So thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time.